I'm Jim Critchlow, and I'm one of the group leaders for the Gordon-Conwell Theological Seminary Doctorate of Ministry that's going to be held in June of 2016 at Jerusalem University College. This document right here shows Paul Wright, the president of the seminary, taking a number of the students at JUC on an expedition. If you have specific questions about our D-men, then write to me. If you have questions generally about Jerusalem University College, hit their email, juc.edu. Now, in this short video, I'm going to show you how to schlep. That's the term. It's a Yiddish Hebrew term for how to pack and how to transport yourself back and forth across international lines from the United States to Jerusalem. Here is everything that I'm going to use while I'm in Jerusalem. I have a LL Bean backpack that weighs about 11 pounds, and I have my big duffel bag which weighs 29 pounds. So together, I'm well underneath the international weight standards. Now let's talk about what you've got to do to get to Israel safely and securely with everything you need. Now, first of all, I'm going to reach inside my shirt and pull out my passport. This document is the most important international travel document. Obviously, it's got to be valid now, but it also has to be good for 6 months beyond the time of our travel. So if you've got a 4 January 2017 expiration date or later, you're in fine shape. Make sure you open up to the page that's got personal data and emergency points of contact. Fill that in pencil. Always secure your passport. Don't let it get out of hand. Additionally, in this little carrier that I've got my identification documents, my credit cards, health certificates, all those kinds of things. Zipped inside, I've got money of different currencies. $2 bills work really well for buying trinkets on the streets from the sellers, and I've got lots of leftover euros, and they'll take that as well. You'll always get the best exchange rate with a credit card. So make sure you've got that and you secure it all the time. Here is my backpack. I've traveled to Israel countless times. This backpack has gone with me 4 times, and I know I can depend on it. So let's unpack it and see what I've got inside here. Inside my backpack, I have my polarizing sunglasses, which fit right over my glasses. I know how good they are and how they protect my eyes. I've got extra batteries, an electric Bible, I've got my charging devices, and I've got my cell phone. Now let me talk about phones in Israel for just a moment. I'm going to bring my iPhone from the United States and get international roaming for the months of June and July that I'll be gone. That will cost me $75. It allows me to send texts and messages back and forth, and I can surf the web when I need it. In addition to my phone, I've got my date timer with an iPod that's got all my tunes and videos on it. I can make appointments with this. And with this little Audio-Technica, it's my hearing earplugs for when I'm on the plane watching movies or listening to lectures. Also in my backpack, I have my favorite thin-line Bible. Whatever your favorite Bible is, bring that, because we're going to use that every single day while we're in the Holy Land. I also have a dual-use pillow. This pillow fits perfectly around my neck. It's very comfortable. It's also a poncho that I use when I go underground into the caves, caverns, cisterns, and Hezekiah's tunnel. I put this on. It keeps my clothes from getting dirty. I have my shaving kit that I use for the entire month that I'll be gone. You're going to be there 2 weeks. I'll be there for a week before and a week after, because I never miss an opportunity to go and have fun in Israel. I've got an extra shirt. I've got an extra pair of shorts. I've got my skivvies down there. You don't need to see that. I am not bringing a computer, but I am bringing my iPad. I'll be able to show video with the wireless connection there in JUC, and there won't be any problem with me communicating back to my wife when I'm in Israel with that. Okay, I also have lots of water. While we're in Israel, you can drink the water without any fear of getting any kind of problems at all. So I also have a couple of Kind bars that I like. Take those on the plane. They keep me from malnutrition. Now, this is my big bag. I've used this again on many trips. I've got it tagged and appropriately marked for international travel. It has the handle, the wheels, It's just what you need, and it holds what I need, and so I recommend something like this very well. Now, before I even dig into that, I want to talk about headgear. I'm wearing a broad-brimmed hat in honor of Admiral Baker, who also went to a small academy, but we're not going to worry about that. How about this, Blues? Does this hat work any better for you? Does that fit your need? Well, the only problem with this baseball cap is it's not broad-brimmed, so I'm going to wear my Australian bush hat. This is what I always travel to Israel with. I recommend some kind of broad hat like this. The next thing you're going to need in your suitcase are your maps. Make sure you've got both the regions on the run, geobasics in the land, and you've got your 7 completely marked maps ready to go from the moment you hit the ground. We're not going to have time to catch up with that. You have to have that done. I have my notebook for doing the doctorate of ministry. Now, let's talk about power in Israel. In this set of cables and cords, I've got everything that I need to exist in a foreign environment. I'm a Mac guy, and so I'm going to use these little plugs that have a USB on it. You'll recognize the the 2 square pins. But when I get to Israel, I'll swap it out for this little device. You can see the power has these 2 thin prongs evenly spaced, and that's what the power is. Now, I also have a universal adapter that I got overseas sometime. It's got those 2 thin prongs, same as the EU system. Plug it into the wall, and then I can put these 2 block chargers directly into this. And so I've got 2 110 outlets and the USB. If I don't need the USB, I can pull that off, and I'm left with 6 attachments. I've got my USB charging cords, lightning cord, everything that I need is in there. Now, in addition to my small Bible, I am bringing my big book. This is my go-to Bible when we're in the land. It's the one that's got the Hebrew on the right, and it's got the Greek on the left, so no matter whether we're going to an Old Testament or New Testament site, I've got access to that. I've also got my Bible reading card. Just because we're going to the Promised Land doesn't mean you can take an exercise or a vacation from Bible reading. Make sure you're prepared to read while we're in the Holy Land. I have 1 bar of 99.99% pure ivory soap, and I use it to wash my clothes with. I limit how much I bring, and I wash them a little bit more often. I bring this shirt with long sleeves in honor of Admiral Baker. It covers my arms when I'm in the holy sites. It also is very nice down at the Dead Sea. I don't have to use as much sunscreen when I wear this shirt. In addition to that shirt, I have all 6 of my Hawaiians. I like Hawaiian shirts. They're 100% cotton. They wash quickly, they hang, they don't wrinkle, they look great. So that's why I wear my Hawaiian. I've got all the medication and vitamins that I need for the entire time that I'm there. Do not forget your sunblock. I've got 30 plus, but I'll probably go up to 60 plus for this particular trip. I also have a small flashlight. This one fits on my head whenever I go underground, which I tend to do frequently in either the caves, caverns, cisterns, or Hezekiah's tunnel. This little headlight works just perfectly. I've got the universal solvent, aspirin. I've got my shower shoes, because you'll remember we're living in a communal environment and you have to walk down the hallway to the facilities. Now, in addition to those shoes, these are the shoes that I'm going to wear when I'm hiking, when we go up Masada, or we're hiking in the wilderness of En Gedi, or we're going down to Beersheba. These are the shoes that have accompanied me on numerous Israel trips, well broken in, very comfortable, and I love having them. Now, if you're not into wearing those kinds of shoes, you can also bring some kind of running shoe. I'm not planning on doing running while I'm in Israel. I'm going to be too busy walking and soaking up the ambiance. So what I do is, these are my daily wear sandals. 4 trips to Israel, this will make number 5. They take good care of my feet. The worst thing you can do is show up with new hiking shoes, put them on, get blisters, and be miserable for 2 weeks. For my trousers, I have 2 pair. I have these cargo trousers with the zip-off legs that are already zipped off, and I have 1 more pair with the legs still attached. So those are Unisex, work great, love them. I have one very nice pair of dress slacks, crushable, foldable, they don't wrinkle, they look great. I'm bringing one DVD. We're going to read the story of the Endurance and Ernest Shackleton and his leadership in the Antarctic 100 years ago. I also have a small notebook that I carry to make notes and pass assignments around. I use lots of these baggies in the handy 1 gallon size and the little small ones that I use for picking up sticks, stones, rocks, twigs, anything that I want to remember and where I got it. I have a bathing suit, I have an extra t-shirt, I have 3 pair of socks, which I don't intend to wear very often, but if I need them, they're right there in the bag. You don't need to see my underwear is in there. I also have a laundry bag that I can put my stinky, nasty clothes in there. I have Imodium and Dramamine for those who need it. I've never needed it, but I also have extra batteries. I hope this short video has been helpful to you as you make your plans to go to Jerusalem with me. Now, a couple of reminders. Sunscreen, sunglasses, broad-brimmed hat, something to cover your arms and legs when we go in the holy sites. It will not rain. It will be hot. A robe, shower shoes are also helpful. My wife asked me to remind you, ladies, if you're going to bring a hairdryer, make sure it's switchable between 110 and 220 and you've got the right adapter plug. And a long, cool, crushable skirt or slacks that go all the way down to your ankles is always appropriate. If you have any questions or you didn't understand something I said, give me a call, 603-978-8991, or send me a message, jcritchlow@gcts.edu. I'm really looking forward to seeing you in Jerusalem, the eternal city of the great King. May God bless you richly until we get there.